New video, new idea. So I got this idea with the plot of Kenshi Shirami. There's gonna be these people out pulling the strings from behind, kind of like Shadow of the Eminence. And basically they're called the Charcoal Crows. And they advanced even though like, the civilization slowly forgot about them. They were kind of a big deal, but barely known in the 1800s. And the main goal is to follow Kenshi Shirame, the Black Mist Samurai, and support him anywhere they can. And they become later important in the story because they're the one who's pulling the strings that allows Kenshi Shirame to figure out where his blood is, because that happens later, like where his blood gets what you call it, sucked up, I guess, and stolen, and then his powers weaken right when it was at its peak, and then he has to fight, kill, look at it all back, and then he dies tragically or whatever. Um, yeah, they're the ones that lead him to those blood samples and whatnot, and they're the reason why, even though in the 1800s, well, I gotta show you the 1800 version, I guess. This is the most recent one. It's the 2021 one, where he is the leader of the Black Crows, and this is a whole new successor, and all he does is basically just like pop out of nowhere and help Kenshi Shirami. But he doesn't like directly pop out. He just like it's like in side cutscenes where he just like comes out of nowhere and just like take him down or kill him, or he somehow weakens the base so Kenshi Shirami is able to conquer it by himself. But it all started. I should have went here first, but I'm never on the format. It all started with this guy. He was a bandit, and this bandit, he was hearing rumors and shit about Kenshi Shirami, but he didn't care about that at that time. At that time, he just robbed, raped, pillaged anyone who would, cross that certain road. And one day, he was about to do the same thing as any other day, but then he stopped. He was like, "Why the hell am I doing this? Is this all my life will come up to? Is this my purpose to just rape, pillage, and cause evil?" So on that day, he just like, you know what? Fuck that. I'll change. This was one of the concepts I was thinking of, just like a side character out of nowhere, just changing and just like becoming a main character, except without the weird, even though it's like unpractical and unhuman characteristic, it just suddenly change. I just thought it was be a good idea, because usually when they do that, it's like, oh, the villain suddenly changes, but that's because someone else went in your body and got isekai. But this is different. It's just the dude just suddenly wanted to change. And from that, he became the Black Crow. He swore off no violence, and he became this guy on the right. So these black wings, well, the Black Mist Crow, he calls himself the Black Crow, but these wings that you see or whatnot, scribbles, these are actually hay bales that he painted black and look like crow things, and he has some samurai on there, only for his chest. And he has this weapon right here that you could kind of see. That weapon isn't a weapon, but we'll get onto it later. So while he was doing his stuff, his goal was to like, I don't know, make the world a better place, to like eliminate bandits, but do it behind the scenes without doing violence. So he first did it by I'm just making shit up, but he first did it by strategically threatening the Lord with information about his tax corruption and whatnot to actually start doing a change to his people. And then the Lord was actually like, wait, shit, even though I'm doing a change for the people and it costing more money than usual, I'm actually getting more money back and my lands are prosperous. So that actually helped him, the Lord, and he fixed the bandit thingy in his place. But then he was like, yeah, I could do this, but there's no way in hell I'm gonna do it to the whole world. And it's like, I can't choose violence and whatnot. And if for some reason he sees Kenshi Shirami, and then Kenshi Shirami's doing his usual thing, just wandering, but he sees bandits in front of him. You see, the usual thing the Black Crow would do if he sees bandits in front of him, he would either one, run away, two, negotiate, and then deal with them later, not by killing them, but by arresting them, because he would pull some strings with the lords nearby because he's a merchant. But Kenshi Shirami just slashed him. He just killed him. And like, Flacco seeing that, he was like, what the fuck? Wait, my whole life I've been doing this, and he chose violence. I was like, I could have done that too, but why didn't I swore an oath of no violence. And it was like, and that's when he got the brilliant idea. How about, since I swore off no violence, I just help this guy go on his path of vengeance and whatnot to kill the evil people that I can't personally kill because I'm not going to attack anyone because that's like their sworn oath. And then he changed the oath into he will basically do whatever he can to help Kenshi Shiran. I'm gonna like smooth out the like itty bits of the stories and the plot holes later on. But that's basically the new character that's about to arrive. So yeah, he helped Kenshi Shirami because he's like the 100 manslayer. Well, kinda. He didn't kill 100 people, but he killed a lot of duelists and Ronin that were in his way. And you would think the shonen would try to like kill him after he also killed the shonen, but the Black Crow is the plot reason why he wasn't able to ever get caught, because it wouldn't make sense why he wouldn't get caught. Sure, he could hid well, but he never hid. He just went on the same road, just ran the path. It's because the Black Crow slowed them down by making negotiations, deals, and pulled the strings from behind to give him a paved way to his revenge. And then next is the most recent iteration of the Black Crow. They changed their whole group name to Troika Crows because he used to work alone, but then he actually started, gave birth to a heir, and then, generation after generation, it led up to this. The most recent iteration of the Crows is this. They have multiple people, multiple members, Crow mask, and he has his own. The leader has his own Crow mask. Not going to reveal his face because that's not what matters. It just matters that they're there. The leader of the Crows is called Leader, or the Black Crow. And he has this. He still has what the ancestor had. And he has some of the ancestor's powers, which is Jebudin. And this thingy right here isn't actually a blade or a sword. It's just a paintbrush. Because it's supposed to represent their ideals, which is no violence. But they do instigate violence and whatnot, but they don't ever do it directly because they're that smart. And this is him ordering his troops to gather information and stuff. So the Troika Crows hold a very good grasp around the whole world because of their information and etc. I think I'm going to have them as like a cameo or something that strings the whole universe together. So yeah, I just added this random thingy because I was like, yo, guys with cloaks and a hoodie and a mask, that combination looks badass. Just like the Akatsuki. I think the Akatsuki didn't have masks, but one of them had Kobe, mask, cloak, just looks badass. So I was like, why the hell not? I make my own shit. So yeah. This is the Black Crow story, and they're gonna come later in 14-minute story if I ever finish the novel or whatnot. Oh yeah. Leader of the Troika Crows, known as Black Crows. Master of strategies. Use people to fight, rarely fights. Rarely. Whenever he does, he never uses a blade or a weapon. He's like so good at martial arts. Like, it's absolutely ridiculous. You try to swing a sword at him or whatnot, he wouldn't even try to block, counter, or anything. He just dodge perfectly, and you just like, he'll basically make you trip on yourself. That's how good he is. Like, if 6 guys went against him with a sword and like tried to stab him, he would probably like jump over it and wouldn't even kick back. He would just like, I don't know, walk on their heads, I guess, like some ninja. Follow Kenshi, the shadow. He's basically the shadow of Kenshi. Kenshi may be like an outright person, but the shadow that's behind him is always going to be the crows. Okay, I only had story, stop me this path forward, Kenshi, and then perform next. So yeah, these are the Troika Crows, and this is the Troika Crows story. Yeah, I guess that's really it. I should really make more videos, but I really wanted to make a video about random thoughts and ideas and just throwing them out. Because later on, if I ever need them, I just come back and just pick them up. Oops, see ya.